Hello, Makers Gonna Learn friends. Welcome back to the YouTube channel for Makers Gonna Learn. If this is your first time here, my name is Becca Oaks. I'm so glad that you found us. I'm a craft producer here at Makers Gonna Learn, and I love to craft. Today, what I'm going to be doing is teaching you guys how to make some awesome vinyl nail art decals for your fingernails. So this is going to be super fun. It's quick and easy. If you have a die cut machine, you can do this. We are going to be using a couple of Makers Gonna Learn cut files today, as well as a font. If you are not a Makers Gonna Learn member yet, why not? Go to makersgonnalearn.com and sign up to be a member. Our yearly membership is my personal favorite. We do offer over 2,500 cut files for you all, over 300 fonts. We offer some awesome resource guides for you guys to really learn Design Space with your iOS, for downloading fonts, and for how to download fonts and cut files. There's so many resources that are great for you guys, as well as access to our private Facebook group that is amazing, guys. Our community of Makers Gonna Learn crafters is just the best. It's such a light-hearted, awesome, uplifting community of over 5,000 die-cut crafters that you guys would, I'm sure, love to be a part of. Anyway, I just love our membership. I'm happy to share all of that information with you guys, but I'm excited to start this project as well. So we'll get into supplies that we'll need for today. Today's supply list is really simple. You need your fingernails. You need some nail polish. You need some scrap vinyl of whatever color you want, transfer tape, weeding tools, and then a top coat for fingernail polish. And other than like your Cricut mat and your die cut machine, knife, normal things for cutting vinyl, that's all you need. Super easy, super quick. We're going to jump over into Design Space really quick, and I'll show you how I size decals for fingernails, and then we'll get those cut out and put on our nails. Okay, so over in Design Space, I have inserted this cute little oval here. Using basic shapes, I just went over to the left-hand side where it said shapes, and I put in a circle here. And then I turned off the size lock ratio, went to the top, and then I put in 0.5 inches by 1 inch because the fingernails that I'm going to be using some like sample type fingernails today just to show you all, and that's the size of those. So if you are doing your own fingernails, then you can just measure them really quick and get a roundabout idea for the size that you need. Obviously pinkies are smaller, so keep that in mind if you're doing a design for all of those. Anyway, I have this super cute little paw print that's a Makers Gonna Learn file that I'm using. So what I will do is just size that down to the size that I want. Let's change the color here really quick to red because we're probably going to put this on a red fingernail. And then we'll change this to white because that will be fun. There are so many different things that you guys can do with nail art, guys. Oh my goodness. You could do sports themed nail art. You could do like a reverse stencil with hearts or stars, or so many different things. Use your imagination. I love it. Anyway, so we're going to size this paw print now. Let's just make it a little bit smaller. And you could put it on the side. You could put it directly in the middle. Whatever you want to do. You could do stripes as well if you wanted to. So if I wanted to add like a stripe to this, I would add a square. Unlock this ratio here. Make it teeny tiny and super skinny. And then I could do a little like stripe here, and then I could duplicate it and do another one. Obviously I would want to make it the size of my fingernail, but you could cut that if you weren't super sure. You could always cut that down after you have it cut out from your maker. So, you know, just different things like this. That's super fun. I'm actually going to delete those because I don't want to do them, but I was just giving you an idea. Okay, so now I want to do a nail that has a number on it. It's almost baseball season here, and I want to do a number 2 to support my son in baseball. So I'm just going to go over to the left where it says text and put the number or hashtag sign and then the number 2. And then I'll go up where it says font and type in Brock. Brock the Jock is a Maker's Gonna Learn cut file that is super cute for like sport type things as well, because it's just I don't know, it's sporty, it's chunky and sporty and wonderful. Now one thing that I do want to do is ungroup this and make the number sign a little bit smaller, just so that the 2 is the emphasis and not necessarily the number. That's just my personal preference. So I've done that. Now I'm going to select both of these, group them back together, and then size it down. Well, let's make it white first. Let's make it white. Make our nail over here. We'll make it pink. Let's see here. Pink. And then now we'll size this down to put it on our nail. Again, you guys can make this as big or as small as you want. Keep in mind, the smaller that you make it, the more difficult it could be to weed. If you love to weed, then go for it. And then we're just going to do another, let's see here, another nail, because we've got 3 here. This one is gold, so we'll make it yellow. And then let's just go over to basic shapes and do a star. That will be fun. We'll size it down a little bit. Make it white. I'm cutting all of this out using a scrap piece of vinyl, so it's all going to be white. And then let's duplicate it and do a smaller one here. And maybe one more small one like that. So we're duplicating. That will be adorable. So we're finished with that, guys. We'll go ahead and hide these layers that are the fingernails that symbolize our fingernails, excuse me. And now what I need to do, one thing I need to do is take this number sign and the 2, and then I'm going to weld those together so that they will cut out together. I want them cut side by side. And the same for these. I want these cut out in that same, like the same distance apart and everything. So I just welded those together so that they'll all cut out correctly. Now I am ready to hit make it. Look how tiny that piece is up there. Oh, guys, I forgot that the puppy paw print you can see over here in this layer panel, it is several layers as well. So I needed to weld it as well. That was a good representation of what happens if you don't weld it. You saw on that mat that it was in several different places and it didn't look like a paw print. So I have all of those selected, and now I'm going to press weld so that it is one layer as well. Now I'm ready to hit make it. And now you can see that these are going to cut out pretty nicely. I can press continue. I'm connecting to my maker here. And then I am going to select vinyl because that's what I'm using today. I don't need to mirror it because it's regular vinyl. I don't need any special blades or adaptive tools or anything like that. So I am just ready to load my mat. Okay, we are finished cutting these and now we're ready to weed this out. So what I'm going to do is take my scraper tool and I'm going to burnish this just to make sure that the vinyl is adhered to that backing nicely. And I'm going to grab my favorite weeding tool here and just weed off the excess. Now guys, you may want to do this more slowly than normal because these are teeny tiny pieces and you don't want them to accidentally come up with the excess vinyl. These are so little. So that's why I'm going extra slow. Thankfully that weeded really quickly. I am going to take my pin tool because it is a smaller tip, and in the middle of my number here I want to get that little bitty piece out. So I got that. I'll grab some tweezers to get that. Okay, so now that we have all of that weeded, we are ready for our transfer tape. This is just our masking transfer tape that we love. The vinyl will come off easily, which is nice. You're not going to have to fight it. So I put that transfer tape on. I'm going to burnish. And now what I'm going to do is take my precision knife and go in here and cut these so that they're separate. You could do this before you added the transfer tape if you wanted to as well. I'm going to flip it over and remove this. So we have some itty bitty little pieces here. Okay. Now what you would want to do is burnish these from the back. So I'm going to flip them all over and burnish them from the back as well. That way you're making sure that, once again, the vinyl is adhered nicely to the transfer tape. Okay, there we have. Now, moving over here, I have these nails, these sample nail things that we have, and I've already painted them. So paint your nails, or whoever's nails that you're doing, with however many coats you would normally do. So to get whatever color, I think I did 2 coats on each of these because they were a thicker polish and I didn't need more than 2 coats. So paint them. They don't have to be dry. I like for them to be a little more dry. That way, if for some reason I put it down and I'm like, oh, I don't really like that placement, I'm going to move it over here just a little bit. You can't do that a ton, but if they are more dry, then you are more able to do that. So now I'm ready. This is my stars. I'm going to grab this and just pull the transfer or the backing off of it. We're ready to put it on. I'm just going to put it on the end of the nail right there. And you can use your fingers to kind of smooth it out. You can also use a scraper if you wanted to really burnish it on there. And then I'm going to gently remove that transfer tape. Look how cute. Oh my goodness. So that's what I'm going to do for all of these. I'm just going to remove the backing and place these. Okay, we put our number 2 on, and now we have this one, this little paw print. And so I'm just going to remove this transfer. See how easy that was, guys? That's because this is the masking paper transfer tape instead of like a strong grip tape or something like that. I'm afraid if you use like a strong grip tape that maybe some of the polish would come off even when you removed the tape. So that is super easy to use. Now we are ready to just seal these. This is just a clear coat, finishing top coat like you would use always on your manicures. I'm just going to seal that. And honestly, I would put 2 or 3 coats on this just because you're going to feel the vinyl if you don't. If you have access to like a gel polish, shellac type thing, the thickness of that is going to be a lot better than just a regular top coat. But regular top coat does fine as well. Anyway, ideally you would let this dry in between. But I have some coats on there. These are super cute, guys. It was super easy, super quick to do. If you are a nail artist, this would even be something fun to offer your clients. You could get a little machine. Even the Joy machine would be really cute to have, or really easy rather, to have in your shop. To cut out some super cute vinyl decals for them as well. Okay, now that I have shown you some really easy and practical ways to make your fingernails artsy, I hope that you guys enjoy those tips and tricks. I hope that you have fun with vinyl on your fingernails. And I hope that you guys will subscribe to our page for other fun events and like this video, leave some fun comments, and come back and craft with us another day.